The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Part 1. He was an old man who fished alone in a skiff in the Gulf Stream, and he had gone 84 days now without taking a fish. In the first 40 days, a boy had been with him, but after 40 days without a fish, the boy's parents had told him that the old man was now definitely and finally salau, which is the worst form of unlucky, and the boy had gone at their orders in another boat, which caught 3 good fish the first week. It made the boy sad to see the old man come in each day with his skiff empty, and he always went down to help him carry either the coiled lines or the gaff and harpoon and the sail that was furled around the mast. The sail was packed with flour sacks and furred. It looked like the flag of permanent defeat. The old man was thin and gaunt, with deep wrinkles in the back of his neck. The brown blotches of the benevolent skin cancer the sun brings from its reflection on the tropic sea were on his cheeks. The blotches ran well down the sides of his face, and his hands had the deep creased scars from handling heavy fish on the cots. But none of these scars were fresh. They were as old as erosions in a fishless desert. Everything about him was old, except his eyes, and they were the same color as the sea, and were cheerful and undefeated. "Santiago," the boy said to him as they climbed the bank from where the skiff was hauled up. "I could go with you again. We've made some money." The old man had taught the boy to fish, and the boy loved him. "No, you're with a lucky boat. Stay with them." "But remember how you went 87 days without fish, and then we caught big ones every day for 3 weeks. "I remember. I know you did not leave me, because you doubted." "It was Papa made me leave. I am a boy, and I must obey him." "I know. It is quite normal." "He hasn't much faith." "No, but we have. Haven't we?" "Yes. Can I offer you a beer on the terrace, and then we will take the stuff home?" "Why not? Between fishermen." They sat on the terrace, and many of the fishermen made fun of the old man. And he was not angry. Others of the older fishermen looked at him and were sad, but they did not show it, and they spoke politely about the current and the depth they had drifted their lines at, and the steady good weather, and of what they had seen. The successful fishermen of that day were already in, and had butchered their marlin out, and carried them lay full length across 2 planks, with 2 men staggering at the end of each plank, to the fish house where they waited for the ice truck to carry them to the market in Havana. Those who had caught sharks had taken them to the shark factory on the other side of the cove, where they were hoisted on a block and tackled, their livers removed, their fins cut off, and their hinds skinned out, and their flesh cut into strips for salting. When the wind was in the east, a smell came across the harbor from the shark factory, but today there was only the faint edge of the odor, because the wind had backed into the north and then dropped off, and it was pleasant and sunny on the terrace. "Santiago!" "Yes." He was holding his glass and thinking of many years ago. Can I go out to get sardines for you for tomorrow?
No. Go and play baseball. I can still row, and Rogelio will throw the net.
I would like to go. If I cannot fish with you, I would like to serve in some way.
You bought me a beer. You are already a man.
How old was I when you first took me in the boat?
5. And you nearly were killed when I brought the fish into Green. And he nearly torn the boat to pieces. Can you remember?
I can remember the tail slapping and banging and the thought breaking, and the noise of the cupping. I can remember you throwing me into the boat where the wet cord lines were, and feeling the whole boat shiver, and the noise of you cupping him like chopping a tree down, and the sweet blood smell all over me.
Can you really remember that? Or did I just tell it to you?
I remember everything from when we first went together. The old man looked at him with his sunburnt, confident, loving eyes.
If you were my boy, I'd take you out and gamble. But you are your father's and your mother's, and you are in a lucky boat.
May I get the sardines? I know where I can get 4 baits too.
I have mine left from today. I put them in salt in the box.
Let me get 4 fresh ones.
1.
His hope and his confidence had never gone, but now they were freshening as when the breeze rises. 2.
2. You didn't steal them?
I would, but I bought these.
Thank you.
He was too simple to wonder when he had attained humility, but he knew he had attained it, and he knew it was not disgraceful, and it carried no loss of true pride.
Tomorrow is going to be a good day with this current.
Where are you going?
Far out to come in when the wind shifts. I want to be out before it is light.
I will try to get him to work far out. Then if you hook something truly big, we can come to your aid.
He does not like to work too far out.
No, but I will see something that he cannot see, such as a bird working, and get him to come out after dolphin.
Are his eyes that bad?
He is almost blind.
It is strange. He never went turtling. That is what kills the eyes.
But you went turtling for years off the Mosquito Coast, and your eyes are good.
I am a strange old man.
But are you strong enough now for a truly big fish?
I think so. And there are many tricks.
Let us take the stuff home, so I can catch the cat's nest and go after the sardines. They picked up the gear from the boat. The old man carries the mast on his shoulder, and the boy carries the wooden boat with the coiled, hard-braided brown lines, the gaff and the harpoon with its shaft. The box with the base were under the stern of the skiff, along with the club that was used to subdue the big fish when they were brought alongside. No one would steal from the old man, but it was better to take the sail and the heavier lines home, as the dew was bad for them, and, though he was quite sure no local people would steal from him, the old man thought that a gaff and a harpoon were needless temptation to leave in the boat. They walked up the road together to the old man's shack, and went in through its open door. The old man leaned the mast with its wrapped sail against the wall, and the boy put the box and the other gear beside it. The mast was nearly as long as the room of the shack. The shack was made of the tough butt shields of the royal palm, which are called guano, and in it there was a bed, a table, a chair, and a place on the dirt floor to cook with charcoal. On the brown walls of the flattened, overlapping leaves of the sturdy fibered guano, there was a picture in color of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and another of the Virgin of Coba. These were relics of his wife. Once there had been a tinted photograph of his wife on the wall, but he had taken it down because it made him too lonely to see it, and it was on the shelf in the corner under his clean shirt.
What do you have to eat?
A pot of yellow rice with fish. Do you want some?
No, I will eat at home. Do you want me to make a fire?
No, I will make it later on, or I may eat the rice cold.
May I take the cast net?
Of course.
There was no cast net, and the boy remembered when they had sold it. But they went through this fiction every day. There was no pot of yellow rice and fish, and the boy knew it too.
85 is a lucky number. How would you like to see me bring one in that dressed out over 1,000 pounds?
I will get the cast net and go for sardines. Will you sit in the sun in the doorway?
Yes, I have yesterday's paper, and I will read the baseball.
The boy did not know whether yesterday's paper was a fiction too, but the old man brought it out from under the bed.
Perico gave it to me at the bodega. I'll be back when I have the sardines. I'll keep yours and mine together on ice, and we can share them in the morning. When I come back, you can tell me about the baseball. The Yankees cannot lose.
But I fear the Indians of Cleveland.
Have faith in the Yankees, my son. Think of the great DiMaggio.
I fear both the Tigers of Detroit and the Indians of Cleveland.
Be careful, or you will fear even the Reds of Cincinnati and the White Sox of Chicago.
You study it and tell me when I come back.
Do you think we should buy a terminal of the lottery with an 85? Tomorrow is the 85th day.
We can do that, but what about the 87 of your great record?
It could not happen twice. Do you think you can find an 85?
I can order one.
One sheet. That is $2.50. Who can we borrow that from?
That is easy. I can always borrow $2.50.
I think perhaps I can too, but I try not to borrow. First, you borrow, then you beg.
Give them, old man. Remember, we are in September.
The month when the great fish come. Anyone can be a fisherman in May.
I go now for the sardines.
Thank you for watching. This is the end of part 1, to be continued in part 2. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe. See you then.